do.
What's up, guys? JFM here. Welcome back to another 0.12.0 gameplay review, and in this review, I'll be showcasing brewing. Now, this may not look impressive on the outside. It really doesn't. I have something very special on the inside. I have my master brewing station. This is where all of the brewing is going to go down, so I'm very excited to get this done. Brewing is something that I am very new to because I play Pocket Edition, but it's something that absolutely fascinates me, and I'm really excited. It's also quite confusing, but once you get the hang of it, it should be pretty easy. So in this review, or overview, or tutorial in a sense, I'll show you basically how to brew any potion you really want to. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this showcase. So first things first, if you're going to be brewing, you're going to need a brewing stand. It's fairly simple to make. All you need is 3 cobblestone and 1 blaze rod. Blaze rods, if you don't know, you have to go to the Nether and fight a blaze, which can be pretty challenging. Once you do that, you'll pick up a blaze rod and go over to a crafting table, and you should be able to make a blaze, not a blaze powder, that comes later. You can make a brewing stand, and yeah, so just craft one of those. I don't know why it gives you so many options to choose from. You only need to click one of them. You can go ahead and place it down, and that is what a brewing stand looks like. Pretty cool. You can also open up these guys to show the interface, but we'll get into that in just a second. So yeah, that is the first step in brewing. Next up, we're going to need some bottles to brew our potions with. So what you need to do is go ahead and grab a ton of glass, head over to a crafting table, and again, I don't know why it has so many options, but just go ahead and craft up a few glass bottles. It's not too costly. I mean, it's only 3 glass for 3 bottles, so it's not too bad. And once you get those, you can just carry them around, and nothing's in them yet. You're gonna need one more thing before you start brewing. That is water. So basically, just like a bucket, you can fill them up easily with an infinite water source. Just keep tapping, and you'll get a ton of water. And just like that, a ton of water bottles. So you can use these in your brewing. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the brewing now. There are a lot of it sounds so funny. There are a lot of steps in this, so you're gonna have to be a little bit patient, but what you're gonna need next is something called Nether Ward. Now, this is another thing found in the Nether, and this is basically the basis of all potions. So if you don't have Nether Ward, you're kinda out of luck, because you're gonna need it for basically every single potion. What you need to do is go ahead and go into a brewing stand, and put your water bottles, or bottles of water, in the bottom 3 parts. Now, you can make up to 3 potions at once. So, if you want to make a lot of potions, fill up the bottom 3 all with water bottles to make it more effective, is the word I'm looking for. So yeah, we'll start brewing up a potion, and this, once you fill it up, fill up the bottom, the top, and, all the sides and whatnot. You fill up all the slots, it'll start brewing, and once you do that, you can see it'll start adding a little bit of effects to your side. You'll see the bubbles popping up, and you'll see the arrow going down. Once that arrow is filled, your potions will be done. So as you can see over here, they still look like water bottles, but they're not. They're actually something called awkward potions. These are a little bit different than water, so I go ahead and make a few more, and I'll be right back. Once I have all of my water bottles turned into awkward potions, I'll go ahead and show you guys what's up. Okay, so this is the last of it. Once this Nether Wart goes, I will have a whole load of awkward potions. So all of those water bottle looking things in my inventory, they're all awkward potions. And this is just going to serve as the basis for basically any potion I could need. So let's go ahead and go back to some more ingredients. So let's see, we have gas tears, which is this little thing. I'll show you guys what that does. That is found from ghast. You just have to kill a ghast, and sometimes they'll drop it. This is blaze powder. Blaze powder you can easily make with a blaze rod. Just go into a crafting table, and you can use 1 blaze rod for 2 blaze powders. That's how you get blaze powder. It's very easy. Glycerine melons, which are a little bit more complicated. I'll show you exactly how to do that later in this tutorial. Then we, of course, have the golden carrots, and then a few more ingredients. We can use glowstone, redstone, gunpowder, and yeah, that's that. Also, you're going to need spider eyes as well, and spider eyes are basically the mob drop for spiders. You can also turn these into the fermented spider eyes. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Also, you can use something called slime balls. If you ever killed a slime before, you'll grab one of those to make magma cream, which is pretty cool as well. Magma cream is dropped from magma cubes, but you can also craft it in your inventory with a slime ball and a blaze powder. So that's how that works. So those are all different ingredients you can use. Now I teach you guys really quick how to make the glycering melons and the golden carrots. All you gotta do to do that is just go ahead and get a few gold ingots. Head over to the crafting table and you should be able to make a ton of gold nuggets. These nuggets can be used very, very easily if you scroll down to make, I don't know why it's giving me so many options, glycering melons, which I don't have any melons, but you'll need 1 melon and 8 nuggets. And you can also make golden carrots, same kind of deal, you just put a carrot in the middle. So that is how that works. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that, but I already have some made. So yes, all that was very, very complicated, but we're still not done. We still have to brew some more stuff. So let's go ahead and put in 1 awkward potion here. And let's go ahead and drop a ghast tier in the top. So, as you guys can clearly see, the ghast tier is now done, and it's turned my awkward potion into a potion of regeneration. Now, this has a time of 45 seconds, which is pretty cool, but now I'll show you guys something that you may be a little bit more interested in. So, if I put this potion back in, let's say I want to modify it a little bit. There are 3 things I can do to this potion, which will change its effect. You can put in either glowstone, and that will increase the strength of the potion, so it'll give you better regeneration, but for a shorter time. You can put in gunpowder to make it a splash potion, or you can put in redstone to increase the duration, so to make it last longer. So let's say I want to make it a little bit, let's say I want to make it last longer. So let's say 45 seconds right now. If I put in a redstone, it should last a little bit longer once this brew is done. So I'll show you guys what that looks like once it is. So we're just about there, and we should have, yes, there we go, a 2-minute long potion of regeneration. Now if I add a gunpowder to this, it should make it a splash potion. Now note, if you want to use, let's say you want to make it last longer and you want it to be more powerful, that can't work. You can only use gunpowder you can only use glowstone or redstone. You can use gunpowder to make it a splash potion, but you can only use either or redstone or glowstone. You can't use both. That's just a little unfair. So there we go. We have the splash potion of regeneration, which does have the redstone buff still. So there we go. Now we have a splash potion. So now I think it's time to show you guys, we'll unleash the magic here and basically just brew a ton of potions at once and show you guys a ton of the awesome new potions. So this piece of blaze powder should turn this awkward potion into a potion of strength. Let's see, we'll do another brew over here. Let's say we'll put in this glycering melon, and it should turn it into a potion of healing if it works out properly. Oh, that's a water bottle. Don't do water bottles. There, awkward potion. Perfect. We'll move along. We'll down the line. Let's go the golden carrot. Let's put in an awkward potion, and that will make something a little bit different, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. You'll see. Anyways, let's move along here. Let's see. Let's put in this spider eye, and we can put in an awkward potion, and this will make a potion of poison. So you probably want to make that into a splash potion, and I'll show you guys that later. And then for this last ingredient, we'll put in the magma cream, and this will add a potion of fire resistance. Well, it'll make one once it finishes brewing. So we'll slide over to the end of the brewing station here, and as you can clearly see, we have the potion of strength done. I guess we'll put in that glowstone now, see how we can make it a little bit stronger. But there we go, potion of healing, instant health. Pretty awesome potion right there. Here we have the potion of night vision, which is the carrots potion. Very, very spectacular. And it is nighttime, so I can show you now. This is the potion of poison, and we have one more potion here, the potion of fire resistance. And it basically is self-explanatory, so we can grab the potion of strength as well. Let's go ahead and do the night vision one now, though. I just want to see what this looks like. I've never actually done this yet, so let's see. Where are you, buddy? Where are you? Where's the night vision potion? Where are you at? Strength, fire resistance, poison, night vision. There we go. I don't know why it took so long to find it, but here we go. Night vision potion. That's awesome. So you know what I'll do now is I'll head into creative and we can experiment with all of the potions that I didn't actually make in my potion expo, you could call it. Potion workshop. That's what I just had. A potion workshop. So yeah, it would be fun to explore the rest of potion making yourself, but as you can see, there are a ton of potions. There's potions of weakness, which you can use fermented spider eyes for. There are splash potions of water breathing, which you need pufferfish for. There's poison. There's a ton of, there's just like a ton of potions to mess around with, and it's really, really, really fun, especially to do in survival. It's really rewarding, and I just love brewing, so I can't wait to get this done on my survival world, but for now, I need as much practice as I can get. So this was a pretty awesome video to record. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you found it helpful at all, or you just found it entertaining, or you just were looking forward to see some 0.12.0 gameplay and what brewing was like, please drop a like below. Hope you guys had some fun watching this video. If you did, I'm glad I did my job. Anyways, that's basically it. Peace, guys, and as always, stay frosty, my friends. Bye-bye.